In case you don't know who I am, I'm Ashka Colton, the empowerment mentor, self-love mentor for single women who are exhausted with dating or from dating and draining relationships, and they are ready to take a break, to reconnect with themselves, to rebuild their confidence and self-love, strengthen their boundaries, and generally thrive in life before the next relationship, and prioritize feeling happy, worthy, and whole before they start dating again. And there was a question in the group and a lively discussion on the topic: when do I know and how do I know that I'm ready for dating again? And I have a few tips around that in my opinion will help you prepare for dating and be more successful at it. Because when I look back at my own experience, I wasn't ready for dating. I wasn't strong enough. I wasn't fit for dating. I didn't have the strong foundations that I teach women now. I had to build them through all sorts of pain I created, but because I went through what I went, and I created so much pain, I needed to find a way to strengthen myself to actually get through dating without extra damage. Because it can be, even today I had a conversation with my hairdresser. As you can see, this is what happened today. That was the big news in the group. I was dying for my haircut. I had a conversation with her about online dating, and I used to describe it as soul crushing, soul destroying, and she said actually I use exactly the same words. And to prepare yourself for rejection, for guys who will stand you up, for guys who will ignore you, for the times when you really like someone and the guy doesn't come back to you, you have to be strong within, because you can't avoid it. You can't avoid it in dating. So I know we all have this vision that we will go on the first 2-3 dates and then we'll meet the love of our life. That is not the case for majority of women who date online, and that definitely wasn't the case for me. If you don't know my story, there's a video about my story in the group. I spent 10 years being stuck on the dating treadmill, on and off. Obviously there were some relationships in between, but it can really crush you if you are weak, if you haven't processed what you are supposed to process in between the relationships, and if you didn't work on the things I'm going to be talking about today, you're going to give up very quickly, and that will definitely sabotage finding love. There are ways about dating that can help you attract someone suitable, but they start from strengthening yourself from within. And this is what I do for single women. That's the most, in my opinion, this is the most important bit, more important than dating itself. Because when you are strong at your core, when you know your boundaries, when you know your standards, when you feel worthy, when you feel happy, when the loneliness is not driving your love search, it will be easier to choose the right guys, which means it will be also easier to filter out the guys who are not suitable. So you will waste less time, you will get hurt less often, because you will be meeting only the selected, the most suitable people. So, first things first, it depends where you are on your journey, and there you need to go through after the breakup. The first phase is to heal. If you are still healing, if you are still triggered emotionally by, I don't know, you walk on the street and you see a couple holding hands or kissing and your heart breaks inside because you miss your ex, that's a sure sign that you are still in the healing phase, and you are definitely not ready for something else, because you will be bringing this longing and this energy with you to the new relationship. Plus, I believe we need to take responsibility for our healing, and we need to be honest with ourselves. A new relationship, a new guy is not supposed to help you heal. It's unfair. You wouldn't like the guy, I know, the guy you are dating to do that to you, right? We don't like when the guy comes and he's still in a energetically still in a relationship with his ex. At least that was one of my standards and no-nos. If I had the guy talking too much about his ex on the first few dates, I will be like, okay, I'm not dating you anymore, because you haven't left your past in the past yet. And I don't want to be in a relationship with someone, because I've done it. Because I've done it, I learned the lesson, and I didn't want to be a therapist. Am I a little bit too bright for you guys? Because this light is really crap. Is it better? So talk to me. Let me know about your... Hello, Renee. You are the inspiration of this live. I hope I'll answer your questions. I'm glad that you've joined. So if you are healing, focus on the healing. It won't last forever. At some point, your emotions will settle, and then you'll be probably more ready to think about something new. Don't use the new relationship and the new guy to soothe yourself emotionally after the breakup. It never works. It's okay, my lovely. The replay will be in the group, so you can watch it at any point. Thanks for showing up for a moment. So that's the most important thing. And let's say you are healed, and then it can go two ways. You might feel like you're ready for a new relationship, or you might feel like you want to explore being single more, and you want to focus on your life, on your business, on your purpose, on your passions for a while. And that's a very good place to explore, in my opinion. I know it doesn't happen to many women. They get there through pain, most likely, rather than by choice. Hello, Lisa. I agree. The past has to be gone enough not to focus on it at dating time. Definitely. We wouldn't like it to be done to us, so we shouldn't be doing it to the guys we are dating. Hello, I've got 10 people online. That's amazing. Clearly a good topic you all want to know when you're going to be ready for dating. Let's go into my stuff, the inner work. I think to be in the best space, at the best place for dating, when you can support yourself and hold yourself through disappointments and rejection, you need to start from looking at your loneliness. Because if the loneliness is the energy that is driving your love search, it will be picked up by the guys. By the way, the topic of energy showed up the other day in the group. It's something very, very obvious to me, and I don't talk much about it. I'm really sorry, not to dismiss anybody. Only someone brought my attention to the fact that I should probably explain more. I believe we are vibrational, energetic beings, and we hold in our energy all sorts of things. And all sorts of things also affect our energy, like our feelings, our beliefs, our thoughts, our doubts, our fears. And if you feel like, I'm so lonely, I'm fed up of being alone, I'm fed up of my own company, you will be taking that with you to dating. And an emotionally healthy guy who is ready for a healthy relationship, a high quality guy who has his shit together, not everything, because there are no perfect people, but he knows what he wants. He knows he's looking for a relationship and he's looking for something serious. He doesn't want to date a woman who is bringing that energy to dating with her. And I'm not saying you are not allowed to feel lonely. It's not about that. You do something about your loneliness, if it is really acute, before you start dating. That doesn't mean you will never experience feeling lonely. That doesn't mean one of the reasons for finding companionship is your loneliness. We had this discussion in the group a few times that we are wired for connection. We are not questioning our biology here and our brain, how our brain works. We want companionship. But if you are in this space that you are desperate for a relationship because you are so lonely, you won't be having enough clarity to choose the right guys. Plus, you will be attracting from a wounded place, which is very likely to attract wounded men. So nothing really outstanding is going to come from it. So I always suggest a look at the connection with with yourself first, because acute loneliness can be also a sign of being disconnected from yourself. Also, create connection with other people in your life. That will lower the level of your loneliness to the level where it is not so present in your dating. I believe I was stuck on the dating treadmill for so long because loneliness was driving my search for love. And I was making horrible choices because I wanted to be close with someone, because I was missing touch and intimacy and all that stuff. But I got my fix, and then very quickly I realized, okay, we are not a match, we are not compatible, we're not gonna last. So then I needed to split up because I was blinded by all these desperate feelings to be with someone. I didn't have the connection with myself, I didn't have the foundations within built. So when you work on this, your loneliness will also, you will experience the loneliness in a different way on a smaller scale. So another thing is, you need to be happy with yourself. You need to make sure your life is full. You need to have passions, you need to have hobbies, you need to have friends. When you are full, when your cup is full and your life is great and you love living it, you'll be taking that energy with you to dating. I met my partner when I was at my happiest. My energy was off the charts. I felt like I didn't need a relationship. There was no desperation for a relationship. I was happy at where I was in life. I was happy with myself. I was comfortable in my own skin. I wanted to have more fun. This was present in my energy. And, you know, we've been together for the past 6 years, and parenting and motherhood, 2 kids on our own without support, obviously it has affected the level of my happiness and the sense of fun. And sometimes my partner jokes, where's the Ashka I met? I mean, she's coming back because now my kids are getting older and I have more time to prioritize myself and focus on myself and my energy and do things that I love. And you will have to be doing these things in your relationship as well. So start practicing it while you are single, because it will benefit you in 2 ways. Your dating will be more fun. You'll be attracting different guys. And I'm not saying you will never attract a jerk or an idiot or another guy who doesn't know what he wants, or he doesn't have genuine intentions of finding a relationship. But because you will be in such an amazing energy, you will be rejecting the people who don't match it. So if you are feeling so amazing about life and you go on a date and you meet a moaner, a whinger who spends an hour complaining about his job and how unhappy he is and how unsatisfying his life is, would you like to see that person again? No. And I'm giving an exaggerated example because the exaggerated examples work the best. And I'm not saying you are that person. I'm just showing you that if you go to dates in this happy, satisfying with life, bye for now, my lovely, and being satisfied with life and feeling like everything else is working and you're having hobbies and you're having fun, you'll be more successful. I lost the track of thought, but the point is you will be vibing differently if you are happy with your life. So tackle your loneliness, prioritize your happiness, and then we're getting to the most important bit, which is you need to feel worthy of finding the love you want to find. If you don't feel worthy, you will be lowering your standards, you will be dishonoring your boundaries, you will be settling, you will be compromising. There will be lots going on that will affect the guys you choose. So it is essentially about self-love, because it is all linked. The more you love yourself, the more worthy you feel, the stronger your boundaries. The stronger your boundaries, the more worthy you will feel. The more worthy you feel, the more you will want to strengthen your boundaries and raise your standards. It's all linked. But the first step is to start feeling worthy. And now you might ask me, how do you feel worthy? You choose. You choose. You were born worthy. I look at my kids, and they are 2 and 5. They still haven't been conditioned to the point where they lost this innate, intrinsic worthiness they came to the world with. And we all came with our intrinsic worthiness to this world. Then we went through life and we've been conditioned, and different beliefs have been instilled in us. And then we have role models we copy, like our mothers who didn't feel worthy of love and settled, or chose to stay in dysfunctional relationships. And we model that, we copy that, and we think this is the way to go through life. No. And today I don't have time to go into it, but I have a very amazing story from my personal life, how I came to the place of feeling worthy after so much pain I created in my dating. But that's another story for another day. You choose in every single action. Let's say you decide you are going to date, and every single interaction is an opportunity to step up and feel more worthy and choose from a place of worthiness. If you know and feel in your body the guy is a no, you say, no, thank you, it's not working for me, you're moving on. And every single time you choose you from the place of worthiness, you will feel more worthy. So this is the most important bit, the worthiness, and it comes with strengthening your boundaries and raising your standards. And these are 2 things I'm going to be focusing, amongst the other things, I'm going to be focusing in my upcoming course, Set Your Powerful Boundaries. And I'm going to open the door tomorrow or after tomorrow. It feels like the most empowering course I've ever done. It's not fully done. I've got ideas, I've got inspiration, I've got intuitive nudges, and I'm gonna be creating it with you as we go. It's gonna be 5 modules and 1 Q&A towards the end, and we're gonna be focusing on establishing your healthy boundaries and communicating them effectively and confidently to people around you. The course is going to be recorded in the context of dating and relationships, but everything I'm gonna be teaching you can be applied to friendships, family members, relationships within the family, co-workers, bosses. It will help you step up in every area of your life, and the tools can be applied to any area. And there's a module on people pleasing, so we will help you dismantle your people pleasing tendencies and overgiving in relationships, so you stop feeling exhausted and you stop feeling drained and you stop catering for everybody else and learn how to put yourself first and prioritize yourself first without feeling guilty. It's your birthright. And without putting yourself first, you can't truly look after anybody else. Another module is on losing yourself in relationships, and we're gonna help you create and build the foundations you need before you start dating, so you don't lose your voice, you don't lose your power, you don't lose yourself in relationships. You stop putting men on the pedestal and you feel like, oh, I'm so lucky, so I'm gonna do everything you ask me to do, and I'm gonna mold myself into what I believe you want me to be. This will all stop, because I will talk some sense into your head. And not from a point of view, I know it all. I know it all because I've been there, so that's why I understand you. And you will get the boundary toolkit with all the scripts and the language you're supposed to use, but we'll also work on how you naturally communicate certain things so it doesn't feel awkward to you, and you speak your own language to the people that are part of your life, and it feels natural. Then you'll be more confident at it and you'll be more authentic at it. So I'll give you lots of examples, but you'll be modifying them for yourself so they work best in your life. And there will be because I'm all about energy and I know the boundaries are a very emotional topic, there will be tools how to manage your emotions, your guilt, your fear, and being afraid of communicating and downplaying things because you know you might be rejected or you might lose certain people. It's a big part of it. So I'll be sharing the tools on how to manage your emotions and your energy before you even get to the point when you need to communicate something. So there will be lots of work on how to prepare yourself for the successful delivery or establishing your boundaries in life. And the final module is about your rules in dating, your standards in dating, your deal breakers, your non-negotiables in dating and relationships, because this will give you the clarity on what you want to be happy in a relationship, what you require from a man to have a thriving and fulfilling relationships, relationship. And also how to communicate your needs and your wants without feeling guilty, without ignoring them, and I've been in the most amazing relationship of my life, and I still catch myself on saying, this is not that important. This will require lots of vulnerability and stepping up and having difficult conversation. But I always push myself through. And now when I'm working on this course, I'm even more stepping up. I'm you know what? I can't deliver this bit if I downplay it, if I cave in, if I pretend like there is no issue on that topic, for example, in my relationship. So I've already had a few difficult discussions with my partner before even created this course. And I tell you one thing, they might be difficult. You might want to run away because the idea of having a difficult conversation which you can't predict the results, because we are out of control here. You don't know how your partner is going to react. You don't know how your date is going to take your boundaries. Maybe that will be the last date because he won't like it, or he won't be able to step up, or he won't be able to respect your boundary. We have to be prepared for that we are out of control here. But every time I've stepped up and every time I pushed through the resistance, it was so worth it, because it always creates more connection in your relationship and improves the relationship. It cultivates honesty, builds more trust, and deepens the whole connection with your partner. So there's no other way, in my opinion. And the boundaries and the course on boundaries you can do with me will change the whole dating game for you and how you show up in your relationships, and you feel so much more confident and so much more empowered, and you'll basically be a new woman, because this is how I felt when I discovered the topic of boundaries and I decided to establish them, honor them, respect them in my life. Then you get the same back from people who you surround yourself with, and the dates and the men in your life. So if you are interested in the course, put the word boundaries in the comments, and I will be sending and posting more about the course starting from tomorrow. And I will be sending the details to the ladies who have already expressed interest. I will be in touch with you via DMs. I'll send you all the sales page and all the information about the investment pay plans and all that stuff. So I know this course is going to be powerful. I've never created anything as deep and complex and focusing on one very, very important topic like strengthening your boundaries. And I added people pleasing and how not to lose yourself in relationships and how not to self-abandon, because I see them very much linked to our weak boundaries and our inability to strengthen our boundaries and stick to our boundaries. So when you know all these mechanisms behind, it's much easier to stay strong and determined and not to cave in. Okay, my lovelies, I think that has been a long live. How long was I on for? I don't have the timer here anymore. Let me know if you have any questions about the content of the live and the course. Thank you very much for everybody who has joined. I don't see questions. If you watch a replay, also add the questions to the comments and I'll get back to you when I can.